counting is the same. Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4. The same words in the same order, but the 4 is a different 4 now. 4 used to mean the tempo. Now 4 means the people, and the people, ooh, the people are in the same room for the first time since the room was smaller and the world was bigger, and the chord was just a chord, not a continent. The counting never ended, yeah. 1, 2, 3 has been looping in the air of every rehearsal room that smells like yesterday and sounds like tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 words before the chord that change the chord. Not the chord itself, the concept of what a chord could be. When 4 people press 4 strings at the same time with the same belief that the pressing matters, and it does. Yeah, it does. The pressing matters because the chord was never just a sound. It was a vote, and the vote was together, and the count was 4, and the 4 are here. The 4 are here. Yeah. Dum 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 dum. Ba 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 ba. The room had one voice in it, and the voice had a question, and the question filled the corners but couldn't fill the chord. Because a chord needs company, the way a question needs an answer, and the answer, yeah, the answer walks in wearing the same shoes from 1963, and then 2, not twice as loud, twice as wide. The room grew by one voice, and the growing was not addition, it was multiplication. One voice times one voice equals a third sound, yeah, a sound that neither voice can make alone. The sound between them, the harmonic, the phantom, the child of 2 frequencies that exist only when both parents are present. 3 and the floor felt it. Ooh. 3 voices and the floor vibrated, not from volume, from completeness approaching. The chord was almost built, yeah. 3 walls of a house that can almost keep the rain out, but the rain, the beautiful rain, still finds the corner where the 4th wall should be. 4 voices found each other, ooh, in a room that remembers, yeah, the shape of the harmony, the way a bat remembers the shape of the body. Ooh. 4 voices and the 4th one, yeah, the 4th one walked in and didn't say anything, just opened his mouth, and the note was the note that was missing for decades in the room. The room stopped being a room and became a chord. A chord with 4 walls and a ceiling made of harmony, and a floor made of years, and a door before the chord complete.
Was 6 feet from the floor, and the floor was concrete, and the concrete didn't absorb the sound. The concrete threw it back, ooh, like a wall that was listening. So hard it echoed. 6 feet of air between the amp and the ceiling, and the 6 feet, yeah, the 6 feet held more volume per square inch than any stadium, because the volume wasn't measured in decibels, it was measured in belief per cubic foot. And the belief, ooh, the belief was off the charts. In a room that didn't have charts, just a set list written on the back of a geometry test. The basement became a stadium, ooh, not because the walls moved, because the sound grew, yeah, and the growing pushed the walls out, past the street, past the city, past the ocean, past the decade, until the 6 feet of ceiling became the sky. Ooh, and the sky doesn't have a river of time, the sky just holds the chord, and the chord, yeah, the chord that started in the basement is still bouncing between the floor and the ceiling. Except the ceiling now is the atmosphere, and the floor is every person who ever heard the chord and thought, 4 people did this, yeah! The basement became a stadium. Ooh. Oh, the basement became a stadium. Ooh. Oh, a stadium. The basement became a stadium. The ring, the room, the chord for people this year. The morning did a thing, yeah. The morning changed the key from minor to major, and the major, ooh, the major is the key that sunlight would choose if sunlight had fingers, and the fingers had a guitar. Sunshine feels like a chord change, ooh, from the flat to the sharp, yeah, from the gray to the gold, and the gold is just a major, played by a window at 7 a.m. on a morning that decided to be kind. The guitar agrees, yeah, the guitar always agrees with the sun, because the guitar is made of wood, and the wood, ooh, the wood was a tree, and the tree knew the sun first, before the fret, before the neck, before the hand that pressed. That tree and the sun were all between the chord that says fine and the chord that says alive. Yeah! Sunshine, woo! Chord change. The world just moved up by a half step, and the half step changed everything. Because the sun doesn't do minor. The sun only knows major, and the major, yeah, is the key that four voices sound best in. When the four voices are happy and happy, happy is the key we're in. Happy is the key we're in. La 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 la. Happy is the key. Yeah. Happy is the key.
The street, yeah, the street that smelled like fish and MP3s, where the cobblestones knew the frequency of every year. That walk to the GIE, ooh, and the gig was in a cellar where the ceiling sweated, and the sweat was the audience, and the audience, yeah, it was 14 people and a dog, and the dog had better taste than the manager. Every street in the city leads here, to the stage, to this chord, yeah. Every alley, every dock, every chip shop, every clock that counted the hours between the morning job and the evening sound check. Ooh, every street leads here, because here was always the only direction the music could go. And the going, yeah, the going started on a street where the rain was birching, and the buses were bass, and the seagulls were backing it by, and the four of us, ooh, the four of us were the band that the street. The harmonica, yeah, the harmonica sounds like the river that separates the city from the sea. Ooh, and the sea is everywhere the music went after it left the cellar, after it left the street, after it left the city that made it, yeah, that made it, and then watched it leave. The way a mother watches a ship that she built sail toward a horizon she'll never visit, never visit. Never visit. But always on. Every street leads here.
60,000 people sing a melody they've never heard. Because the melody was never ours. The melody lives in the space between G and C and D and G, C, D. Yeah, G, C, D is the alphabet of every person who ever hummed without knowing what key they were in. La 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 la. The crowd knows the words. Yeah, we haven't written yet. Because the words are just the clothes the melody wears. And the melody was already naked and perfect in 60,000 mouths before the pen touched the page. Listen, yeah, listen. Woo! They're singing the chord. The chord we played in the basement, in the cellar, on the first day. They're singing it back to us, and the singing back, yeah, is the recip that proves the chord was never a chord. The chord was a seed, and the seed became a forest, and the forest, ooh, is 60,000 voices all singing the same note at the same time in the same key. Without a conductor, la 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 la, yeah, the words, the crowd knows, they always knew. Oh! The chord was a The question took a verse, yeah. The answer took a syllable, ooh, and the syllable was more eloquent than the verse could ever be. She said, yeah, not perhaps, not I'll think about it, not let me check my calendar, yeah. She said, yeah, and the yeah had more melody in it than the entire first album. Because the yeah was honest, and honest, ooh, honest fits inside one syllable. Dishonest needs a paragraph. She said, yeah, ooh, and the guitar said everything else, yeah. The guitar said the adjectives, the adverbs, the metaphors. The guitar said every word that yeah didn't need, because yeah, ooh, yeah is the full stop at the end of a sentence. The guitar was still writing. She said, yeah, and the guitar agreed, yeah, in the key of E at 128 beats per minute. The guitar said, the yeah is correct, and here is the harmony to prove it. The bass player smiled, yeah, which the bass player never does, because bass players are the serious ones. The bass players are the prime ministers of the band, the ones who keep the economy running while the guitar player gets the photo. Ooh. But tonight, the bass player smiled, because the yeah vibrated at the exact frequency of the bass's open E. And the open E, yeah, is the bass players, yeah, and the two, yeah, the her, yeah, and the bass, yeah.
guessed it, the chord. The chord, yeah! One voice in a room is a question. One voice looking for the wall to bounce off of, but the wall just absorbs, and absorbing is not answering. Two voices in the air, between them starts to vibrate with something neither of them saying. A third sound, yeah, that lives in the space between the frequencies, like a child lives in the space between two parents made of both, belonging to neither. Three, and the room gets warmer, not from heat, from harmony. Three notes in the air becomes thick, yeah, thick like honey, thick like the sound of three people who have been singing together so long that the silence between them has its own pitch. The harmony is the third person, not the first, not the second, the third, yeah, the one that nobody sees, but everybody feels, the one that lives. And the math between two frequencies that shouldn't work together, but do, because the third frequency, the one that emerges when two honest voices collide, is the proof, yeah, the proof that together is not an opinion. Together is a frequency, and the frequency, ooh, has a chair in this room, even though nobody set a place for it. The harmony set its own place and sat down, and the room, yeah, the room was complete. Harmony, harmony, complete. Harmony, complete. The room, the frequency, the fifth thing made of four. Between orange and pink, where the sunset argues with the atmosphere, and the atmosphere, ooh, always loses, because the sky doesn't negotiate with physics. The sky negotiates with beauty, and beauty wins every argument at this altitude. The rain is falling up tonight. Ooh, not down, up, because down is where rain goes on normal days. And today is not on the calendar. Today is on the
the bending is the art, and the art, the art is the thing that happens when four people look at the same sky and see four different colors, and the four colors, yeah, make a chord. And the chord sounds like tangerine, tastes like purple, feels like the warm side of a pillow, ooh, that someone turned over in a dream. Tangerine, backwards the sky agreed. The string vibrates in every direction, yeah. Not just left and right, but toward the hand and away from the hand. And the toward is India, and the away is England. And the string doesn't know it's supposed to choose. The sitar learned a new chord, ooh, and the chord, yeah, the chord was C major, the simplest, the chord that every guitar learns first. And the sitar played C major, and C major, ooh, sounded like it had been traveling for 1,000 years through a desert that was also an ocean, that was also a highway that connected every music to every other music through the one thing they share, the string, yeah. The string that vibrates in every direction without asking which direction is home. And the guitar, yeah, the guitar learned a raga, ooh, not from the teacher, from the drone. The drone taught the guitar that one note held long enough becomes every note, because the overtones, yeah, the overtones contain the entire scale inside a single frequency. The way a C contains the tree, the way a chord, ooh, contains the conversation between four people who didn't speak the same language but play the same string.
Home is the vibration.
A question that the Constitution hasn't answered yet. Ooh. And the question is 220 hertz, and 220 hertz is not a petition. 220 hertz is a frequency that the walls absorb, and the absorbing, changes the molecular structure of the wall, not metaphor, physics. The wall is different after the frequency enters it, the way a country is different after a song enters it. Revolution tastes like feedback. Ooh. Not the meeting kind, not the survey kind. The feedback that happens when the output returns to the input, and the input says more, and the more says more, and the loop becomes a scream, and the scream is not anger, the scream is resonance, the scream is what happens when a system hears itself for the first time and can't believe what it sounds like. The guitar is not violent. Ooh! The guitar is honest, and sometimes honesty sounds like distortion. Because the clean sound is the polite sound, and the polite sound is the sound that the status quo approved. But the feedback didn't go through approval. The feedback went through the amplifier, and the amplifier, is more democratic than any parliament, because the amplifier amplifies everything without editing. Everything without editing. The feedback, the revolution still ringing. The egg was always the answer, not the question, the answer. Because the question required language, and language is just music that forgot how to sing. Ooh. The walrus wasn't an animal. The walrus was a verb, a verb that means the thing that happens when you stop understanding and start feeling. And the feeling has teeth and whiskers, and the whiskers are just antennae tuned to the frequency of nonsense, which is the same frequency
see as truth if you turn the dial far enough.
The walrus was everyone. The walrus was you, yeah.
And you didn't know,
because the mirror was a fish, and the fish was a window, and the window,
ooh, was just a wall that got honest
and transparent, yeah.
Transparent, the most dangerous thing a wall can become. Because a transparent wall shows you the other side, and the other side, ooh, is the same side,
wearing a different hat, and the hat, yeah, the hat is the walrus, and the walrus is everyone, and everyone is the chord, and the chord is the egg, and the egg, ooh,
was always the answer. The egg, the walrus, you, everyone, yeah. The answer.
Prediction, a sound, and the sound is a keyboard that uses tape to play the future, which means the future is stored on magnetic ribbon from 1963.
And the 1963, yeah,
is the proof that the future was always recorded before it happened.
Yesterday's tape
at tomorrow's tempo,
yeah, and the tempo
hasn't changed,
because the tape,
ooh, the tape
is always the same.
The only thing that changes is which head reads it,
and the head,
yeah,
the head is the listener,
and the listener changes
every generation,
but the tape
stays the same speed, and the speed,
ooh,
is 15 inches per second, which is the speed of a thought,
traveling from the past to
whoever presses play next.
Means the person who hasn't been born yet,
who will press play
on the same tape
and hear studio has more instruments than people, yeah. And the instruments that nobody is playing are the loudest, yeah. The piano that sits in the corner with no one at the benches humming. Not music, resonance, sympathetic vibration from the bass amp making the piano strings sing without being touched. The studio has more instruments than people, yeah. And the surplus that outnumber the hands are not waiting, they're listening. And the listening is a form of playing. The way silence is a form of music, and music, yeah. Music is a form of counting, and counting is what we did, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the four were never enough for all the instruments in this room. But the room didn't need enough. The room needed 4, and 4 was infinite, because 4 people times infinite instruments equals everything, and everything, yeah, everything is exactly what the tape recorded tonight. The tape, yeah, the tape almost ran out. Ooh, and the running out would have been the end of the recording, but not the end of the music, because the music was already in the walls before the tape caught it. And the walls will keep it after the tape forgets. Forgets, but the walls remember. Where the hand meets the hand, yeah. And there, over there, where the hand meets the memory of the hand. And everywhere, the heart can reach, without moving, without traveling, without buying a ticket. The heart reaches, yeah, at the speed of the chord that 2 people play when they're in the same key. Here, there, and everywhere, ooh, the heart, yeah, the heart doesn't have a passport. The heart doesn't go through customs. The heart arrives, ooh, and the destination, ooh, before the body, ooh, because the heart travels at the speed of the chord. And the chord, yeah, the chord is faster than the plane, because the chord doesn't need fuel. The distance between here and there is measured in miles by the atlas, but measured in chords by the heart. And the heart's measurement is always shorter, because the heart cheats. The heart takes the shortcut through the melody that connects to every here to every there, without crossing a single border. Crossed by the chord, here, there, everywhere. We used to finish each other's chords, not sentences, chords. Yeah, you played G, I'd hear C coming before your hand moved. Ooh, that's not music, that's telepathy in 6 strings. The solo years, ooh, the solo years taught me what the band already knew. Yeah, that solo is just lonely with better bass type. Ooh, when the marketing never sang harmony, because harmony, yeah, needs company. The silence between the notes, ooh, is louder when you choose it, yeah. But when the silence chooses you, when the phone stops ringing, when the studio goes dark, ooh, the silence sounds less like peace and more like a chord with a missing note. I kept the beat all these years, not on the drums, yeah, on the clock, on the calendar, counting the bars between the last chord and the next one. Ooh, and the bars between, yeah, were longer than any song, but shorter than the silence that would have lasted if nobody said one more time, yeah, one more time. Old friends in a new key, ooh, the same song, yeah, but the voices have more gravel now. Ooh, more years, more keys they've visited, more stages they've stood on, alone and be alone, yeah, made the together sound like a homecoming. Ooh, not a concert, a homecoming. And home isn't a place, home is a key, yeah. G major, the first key, the first chord, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're back. Ooh, we're back in G major, where the chord sounds the way it sounded when we were young. Except now the chord has more harmonics. Ooh. road, ooh, the road didn't have a destination, yeah. And the not having was not a failure. The not having was the point. Because a road with a destination is a commute, and a road without one is a song. The long and beautiful road, ooh, not long because it's beautiful, yeah, beautiful because it's long. Because the length, the light is where the living happens, not at the start, not at the end, in the middle, yeah, in the middle where nobody takes a photograph, but everybody takes a breath, and the breath through the breath in the middle of the long road is the most musical breath a lung can take. But at different speeds, ooh, and at different speeds, yeah. Created the spacing, and the space in the spacing was the harmony. Because harmony isn't singing the same notes. Ooh, harmony is singing different notes at different speeds in the same direction, and the direction, it's not over, yeah. The road is never over. The road just changes from asphalt to memory, and memory, ooh, memory is a road that you can walk without shoes, without a map, without company. But the walking, yeah, the walking is always better with four. With four, always better. The road keeps going. Let it, ooh, let it stay, yeah. Not the person, not the room, not the stage, not the crowd, let the sound stay. Ooh, let the chord that the four of us made in that first second. After 1, 2, 3, 4, let that stay, 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 stay. Not the fame, not the photos, ooh, not the charts, not the gold, let the thing stay that doesn't have a name. Yeah, the thing between the note and the silence after the note, the thing that lives in the ring of the chord after the fingers leave the string. That thing, ooh, let that stay, 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 stay. Let it, let it, let it stay. The sound, yeah, sound doesn't need the stage to survive. Ooh, the sound needs the air, and the air is everywhere. Yeah, the air is here and there and everywhere. Last chord, ooh yeah, is the same as the first. Not because we ran out of chords, ooh, because the first chord was correct, yeah. The first chord was the answer, and we spent 20 songs asking the question. And the question, ooh, was always, is this chord big enough to hold everything? And the answer, yeah, the answer took 60 minutes and 20 songs and 4 voices to arrive at yes. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last chord, ooh, the last chord, ooh, and the chord, yeah, the chord is still ringing, ooh, not because the strings are long, yeah, because the chord was played by 4 people, and 4 people, yeah, keep the chord alive longer, ooh, than any one person could, yeah. Last chord in the walls now. The last chord, the first chord, the same chord. Ooh, say. The last chord, ooh, yeah, is the same as the first. Not because we ran out of chords, ooh, because the first chord was correct, yeah. The first chord was the answer, and we spent 20 songs asking the question. And the question, ooh, was always, is this chord big enough to hold everything? And the answer, yeah, the answer took 60 minutes and 20 songs and 4 voices to arrive at yes. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last chord, ooh, and the chord, yeah, the chord is still ringing, ooh, not because the strings are long, yeah, because the chord, ooh, was played by 4 people, and 4 people, yeah, keep the chord alive more than any one person
chord, ooh yeah, is the same as the first. Not because we ran out of chords, because the first chord was correct. Yeah, the first chord was the answer. And we spent 20 songs asking the question, and the question, was always, is this chord big enough to hold everything? And the answer, yeah, the answer took 60 minutes and 20 songs and 4 voices to arrive at yes. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last chord. Ooh. And the chord. Yeah, the chord is still ringing. Ooh. Not because the strings are long, yeah, because the chord was played by 4 people, and 4 people, yeah, keep the chord alive longer than any one person could. Yeah. The last chord, ooh yeah. The last chord, ooh yeah, is the same as the first. Not because we ran out of chords, because the first chord was correct. Yeah, the first chord was the answer. And we spent 20 songs asking the question, and the question, was always, is this chord big enough to hold everything? And the answer, yeah, the answer took 60 minutes and 20 songs and 4 voices to arrive at yes. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last chord, ooh yeah, is the same as the first. Not because we ran out of chords, because the first chord was correct. Yeah, the first chord was the answer. And we spent 20 songs asking the question, and the question was always, is this chord big enough to hold everything? And the answer, yeah, the answer took 60 minutes and 20 songs and 4 voices to arrive at yes. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last chord, and the chord, yeah, the chord is still ringing. Not because the strings are long, yeah, because the chord was played by 4 people, and 4 people, yeah, keep the chord alive longer than any one person could. Yeah, the last chord, yeah, the last chord, the last chord, yeah, is the same as the first. Not because we ran out of chords, because the first chord was correct. Yeah, the first chord was the answer. And we spent 20 songs asking the question, and the question, was always, is this chord big enough to hold everything? And the answer, yeah, the answer took 60 minutes and 20 songs and 4 voices to arrive at yes. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last chord, and the chord, yeah, the chord still ringing. Not because the strings are long, yeah, because the chord was played by 4 people, and 4 people, yeah, keep the chord alive longer than any one person could. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last chord, yeah, is the same as the first. Not because we ran out of chords, because the first chord was correct. Yeah, the first chord was the answer. And we spent 20 songs asking the question, and the question was always, is this chord big enough to hold everything? And the answer, yeah, the answer took 60 minutes and 20 songs and 4 voices to arrive at yes. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The last chord, yeah, is the same as the first. Not because we ran out of chords, because the first chord was correct. Yeah, the first chord was the answer. And we spent 20 songs asking the question. because